Spirit said nothing is finite. If you're thinking in finite, you're not going to be able to have a fine life. If you're thinking in limitation, then you're going to put yourself through spiritual starvation. Okay, if this resonates with you, feel free to stick around. If you feel like it doesn't, feel free to keep it pushing. Peace, love, joy, and success be with you on everything that you touch, everything that you know, and everything that you are. If you feel like you're in the liminal space as to like, oh, does this resonate with me? I'm not too sure. Feel free to stick around just for a little bit. Let yourself get into the feeling of knowing, and then you can make a wholesome decision from there. If you feel like it doesn't resonate with you, but with someone that you know, feel free to share it with them. All right. So, if you don't already know me, I am known by many names, just like God. And the name that I would prefer when it comes to online is Soul, SOL, from Soul of Light and Shadow. Thank you for being here with me. I'm happy that you are here with me. I'm happy that I get to be here with you. It is a blessing and an honor. Okay, so this reading is going to be a tarot reading on the foundation of Spirit's message, which says nothing is finite. Okay, this is a reminder to let you know that, to let you know that infinity is what really exists. Okay, expansiveness is what really exists. All right, then, because nothing is actually as finite as we are perceiving it to be. Now, let's think about this in the absolute and the relative sense. In the relative sense, we see that, like, for example, death is not really as finite as we have originally thought it to be. Okay, it is merely transition. We have learned this already. Even when our loved ones and ourselves end up physically passing away, our consciousness and our energy continues to live on. So there is nothing finite about our consciousness. Our consciousness and our existence continues on, whether or not that is physically expressed. Okay, in the absolute sense, since all is spirit and the spirit is in all, the spirit is infinite, infinite in time, infinite in space, infinite in power. And so, since that infinity exists in all beings, there is infinity in all beings. All right, then. All right, then. And so, I'm going to pull some cards. I already mentioned the prayer. This reading is for, oh, thank you, for only the good of you and the good of all. Okay. Now, in the sense of nothing is finite, we are always attracting what we give out to be. So the more you are giving out the feeling of enjoyment, the feeling of celebration, the more you're going to attract those similar experiences, because it is of mutual benefit. Okay, the law of reciprocity says you are always giving out what you are being given. You are always receiving what you are giving back. All right, so we are attuning to the feeling, the energy of celebration, of allowing ourselves to enjoy life and have enjoyable experiences. And so when we put our focus, okay, our vision into that kind of lifestyle, that is what comes over to us. And we are also being invited to really understand how nothing is actually as finite as we are making it out to be. Okay, that is simply the illusion, the part of the human experience. Okay, and we're being invited to live that out and to transcend that illusionary limitation. Okay, is there anything else that you want to share, Spirit? Please let me know. Okay, good morning. So it looks like I see. It looks like 3 cards ended up coming out. We have ourselves the 9 of Pentacles, which is letting us know of our innate abundance and the allowing that we can have to share that abundance, because this card has a sense of goodness, has a sense of luxury, and we're being open to receiving that luxury. But sometimes we can feel a little bit trapped in the sense of like, okay, maybe this is all that there is, maybe this is the end. And no, that's not necessarily true. The more we give out, the more we end up receiving. As we can see here, our bountiful abundance, our harvest of the good that we have received, we are now feeling called, compelled to share that with spirit and with our fellow beings. Okay, and in doing so, that brings us to new life. All right, it brings us to a sense of new life, of really coming to a new self concept of truly limitless, okay, truly multidimensional. All right, then. And that is causing the end of the self concept of there is limitations, there is finiteness. We're realizing that that is not actually true anymore. So as we are rebirthing into the new self concept of actually being a limitless being, it is giving us a great sense of vitality and advancement with our vision of what life is, with our vision of who we are, okay, and helping us to go forward in a sense of boundless optimism in that knowing, which is such a relief to have. I don't know if anyone has been feeling like a constriction in their headspace lately, in like a physical sense, like I guess in I guess you can call it like a headache, but like the feeling that I've been feeling has more of been like just something squeezing. It's not actual pain involved, but there is obvious discomfort, and that is a sense of like there is a calling to expand and a calling to transmute, because we already know fire ends up transmuting. It takes one thing and turns it into a completely different thing. Okay, it takes the wood and turns it into ash, and the ash can be mixed into the soil to provide the necessary nutrients for the seed of our dreams. You feel me? And so that is the advancement that is coming forward, that is happening as we are committing to our new selves, committing to our new life, the new life of abundance, but not in the restrictionary sense. Abundance in the sense of the more I give out, the more I receive. And I am open and receptive to mutual benefits, mutual experiences of enjoying my life. Okay, and enjoying the people in my life and inviting more of that in. All right. So that is essentially what is happening here. How fantastic. How delicious. Good morning. All right, Spirit. Oh, hi. Hello. Is there anything else you got going on for me? Okay. I'm being told not these cards. Not these cards. That was just my slippery fingers. Discernment is also very, very helpful during this time, okay? Because there are going to be some thought forms, there are going to be some ideas that end up popping up that are still of residue. There's still residual energy of the old self concept, the self concept that believed in limitations, okay? And we're finding reconciliation in those things of understanding, okay, I understand that this is what I grew up with thus far, and it did help me to get to where I am right now, and I appreciate the me that was, okay, because if it wasn't for the me that was, there could not be the me that is. All right. And so once we find that reconciliation of those opposite energies of the old me and the new me, finding peace and healing within those energies, then it brings us to a whole new concept of divine providence and real illumination, real connection to our I want to say God self. I want to say whole self. I want to say light self. There's so many different words that you can call it. That divine self that understands both your creaturehood, okay, and your innate divinity, because both are true. We are creatures, we are mammals, and excuse me, it might be a little bit to take in, so take your time and process. And we are also divine all at the same time. Okay, both things can be true. That is the law of paradox. Okay, paradoxes can be reconciled within the law of polarity. All right, then. And that is what this card is definitely saying. All right. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for the messages thus far. Is there anything else that you would like me to share? I heard yes, there is. Okay. There is more to be shared. All right, then. I am open and receptive. May I be a clear channel? Oh, I felt that. I felt that in my brain just now. In the back right part of my brain, of my headspace. I'm not sure what part of the brain is being held in that particular area. If any of y'all know, let me know. Hi, hello, good morning. You know what? And I was literally just talking about my headspace, and here we go. Okay, so we know that clarity is coming to us, and it's coming to us in a sense that we can feel it. Okay, we can really feel the shifting in our brain, the shifting in our neurons. Okay, because I felt it in that one specific part of my brain. And so there is a reshifting in our crown chakra, and most likely our third eye chakra as well. Okay, that is bringing us that necessary clarity of realizing that we are in fact limitless, and realizing that we don't have to necessarily stay the same all the time. We can be open to new ideas that bring us to new places, new levels, okay? Because the spiraling, it can spiral up or it can spiral down, and both are necessary to come into contact with the knowledge that we end up seeking, okay? Which is I want to say inevitable. So like it is inevitable that we will come into this knowledge. So we don't have to stress ourselves out about it as to like, oh, this needs to happen right now. Like right now, right now, right now. It will happen. It will happen in a moment of now. Okay, just allowing everything to come together will allow the clarity, which will bring us to making informed decisions based on our new concept. It will allow us to get to that space. Okay? All right, get to that illumination. Ah, very nice. Thank you, Spirit. Is there anything else that you would like me to say? Okay. Yes. Okay. Let their get away. Do you mind clarifying for me, Spirit? Because that sounds a little strange. Let there be a way. Oh, well, good morning. That's a word. Let there be a way. Oh, okay. So I feel like this is my interpretation, so take it how it resonates. I feel like Spirit is giving you that as a commandment of sorts that you can use for yourself. Okay, let there be a way. All right, let there be a way onto the path that you are asking for, to the light of that path, to the illumination of that path. Okay, let there be a way. All right, let there be a way for you to expand into the being that you know that you are. Let there be a way for you to catch up to the being that you know that you are, the being that, the version of you that is enjoying the desires, the realization of your desires already, and just aligning with that particular you. All right. And how does that you feel? Triumphant. Triumphant. Oh, yes. That you feel so triumphant and so basking in the light of their life, understanding that they are in fact the main character. And not only that, that is a sense of pride, knowing that you are the main character of your story. Okay. And with pride comes humility, and my version of humility, which I admit I have gotten it through Seth, which has been channeled, who has been channeled by Jane Roberts. Humility is the understanding that while you are the main character of your story, so is everyone else. They are also the main character of their story. Now, if they are making their story into a tragedy, that is their free will to do so. You don't have to subscribe to that. Okay, in any shape or form. You can make yours into a comedy. You can make yours to have the happy ending that you know that exists for you. Okay, and so that feeling of triumphant, the triumphance of the you that's already living your desires. They're also awake. They're also very, very awake, very transparent, and very honest with themselves. Okay, understanding the importance of I am, understanding the power of their heart, the power of their voice. Okay, knowing the power of prayer, and prayer can be in different kinds of ways. Meditation is also a form of prayer. Singing is also a form of prayer. Straight conversation is also a form of prayer. So what are you praying for? What are you speaking into existence? Okay, be transparent, really, really, truly honest with yourself, because that is the new concept, that new you, that you that is a wanting so much to allowed to be allowed to be, is so honest and so transparent. Okay, and connected with their source, with the source that they want to be connected with. Because what is source? Everyone has a different definition of that. Some believe in a jealous God. Some believe in a loving God. Some think that it is both loving and jealous. And it's like, well, that is for them. But what is for you? Okay? As we can see, our Hierophant is feeling bliss. All right? So your source, collective, is one of bliss. It is a source of bliss. It is a source of illumination. It is a source of ascension, knowing that everything is moving spiritward, even if it looks like it is moving backwards. Because if you think about it in the sense of Mount Everest, is it a straight shot to the top? No. There's twists and there's turns, but it still leads you to the summit. Okay? That is where the goal is. It still leads you to the summit. This also feels like a call to reevaluate your meditation. It doesn't necessarily always have to be sitting down. Okay? I understand, be still and know that I am God. I feel called to share that as well. And being still can have different interpretations. It doesn't necessarily always mean to be still, sitting down, doing nothing. And, well, not nothing, but it's more of like saying, I'm just going to sit here and I'm not going to move. Moving meditation also brings a sense of stillness. I know that sounds paradoxical, but once again, the law of polarity brings us to paradoxes being reconciled. You can find your stillness which brings you to your awareness. Washing the dishes, going on a walk. It brings you to the present moment in a sense of it encompassing all of you. And I felt my shoulders just drop. And that brings a sense of relief. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. Thank you so much, Spirit. Is there anything else? Okay, I'm feeling the impression of yes. All right then. Well, I am open and receptive. I am open and receptive to sharing. Let this mouth only speak truth. Is there anything else? What else would you like me to share? Let me ask that. What else would you like me to share? I heard you can trust that. Take that how it resonates. Oh, hi. Hello. We see that we've been working hard to collect our resources and to bring ourselves to where we are today. And so that can give us a sense of guardedness and of selfishness, knowing that I am here through my own hard work and through my own understanding and overcoming of the challenges that I have faced thus far, and the building of my community as well. And so that can bring us to a sense of guardedness, not knowing, but thinking that there are people who can come in and take. And that's not necessarily true. They can attempt because they don't know any better. They don't know that everything is infinite. So what is there for you is also there for them. They also have the same access to wisdom. Just like I have access to this wisdom, as do you, collective. Now, how you interact with it, how you open yourself up to it, that is something for you to find out. It may not be the same path as mine, and that's all right. There are many, many paths to lead us home. Okay? So, finding a balance between your selfishness, which is staying committed to your ideas and the inspired actions that bring you to build more upon this foundation, and also reminding yourself not to hold on too tightly, because when you grip your fists so tight, you hurt yourself. Your nails are digging into you, and so it is no longer constructive, but detrimental to you. Knowing when to hold on and knowing when to let go is part of the reconnection, or more like the aligning with the new concept of you. Letting it flow. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. This has been enlightening. Is there anything else? Okay. All right, then. I'm getting the impression of no. This is all. I understand. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a channel. Ooh. Okay. These are for me specifically. I understand. Thank you. Alrighty, y'all. That is all that I'm being guided to share. Before I go, I would like to let you know that you are free The only limitations that you really have are the ones that you have created for yourself and that you have agreed with, and you can change those agreements at any time. You are powerful. You're way more powerful than what you give yourself credit for. All right? You do create your reality through your beliefs, expectations, assumptions, and thoughts. And you can also change those at any time. You are love. You are the energy of love. The energy of the universe is active and positive and has the basis of love in every iota of it. And so you are an expression of that. And you can allow yourself to be that expression. You have value and you have purpose by existing. Oh, babe, you don't need to prove anything to anybody except for you. By existing, you're so valuable. You are a valuable part of the universe in which we have our being. By nature, you are good, deserving, and excellent. Okay? You are good, deserving, and excellent. It is good and safe for you to grow and develop and use your abilities, because in doing so, you are expressing the energy of the universe itself. You are enhancing creation when you do so. And what you give is what you will give back. And so creation will enhance all of you through experience. All of your imperfections, as well as all of the imperfections of all beings, are already redeemed in the greater scheme of the universe in which we have our being. All right. If you are wanting to book a reading with me, feel free to go onto my bio. There will be a link that leads you to my appointment setter. And know that I love you. I really, really do. I would rather see you succeed. And I would rather see good fortune shower upon you. All right then. Ciao for now.